And there we go. I have the microphone on, everyone, and welcome. Glad to have you all on board today. It is Sunday, July the 24th, and I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And thank you, everyone, for being here. First off, thanks to Arizona Snowman and Piggy. Those are the moderators in right now. I don't see our guest moderator yet. I'm sure Gura will be along shortly, and we'll turn him into one when he does get here. I did say we'd give him the opportunity, and we'll give it a whirl and make him a mod for the day. So anyway, that's all cool. I haven't seen Lucas. I know he said he had to do something today, so he'll be busy. And not sure about C&D Boy, and I really don't know who else is in the background as far as possibly Gary, 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, and a few others. So we're not going to get into that all that much, but hey, it's all great and fancy and nice. Anyway, what we are seeing on screen right now, of course, is Cumbre Vieja volcano from La Palma, and that was from November the 1st of last year. And I don't know if you've been noticing, but we're going up one day at a time, or back in the calendar. So pretty cool. Anyway, that is what we're seeing, what we did see back then, and that looks pretty awesome. Unfortunately, not any fresh lava anywhere that we can really watch in this same manner. So we are indeed using canned lava right now. Anyway, welcome to everyone. So I'll go through the names real quick, and let's see. I already forgot who was first. Oh my God! And I even wrote it down on there somewhere. Darn it! I think it was that Kevin Haynes guy. We'll give him the cookies. Kevin, here comes your cookies. And there we go. And we got cookies. And hey, no pigs on there. It's supposed to be lava. All right. They're trying to steal the show. Look at that. They're trying to steal the show, I tell you. Okay. Anyway, let's yeah, you know, they had their hats on and everything. And yeah, Aurelio, you at least get one cookie. So because Aurelio was second. There you go. And lots of fun, you guys. Henry was third. Henry gets crumbs. And I don't have any crumbs no emoji for crumbs. So there you go. Anyway, wonderful to have everyone here. Henry gets wrappers. Oh, there you go. Wrappers for Henry. But Henry likes the crumbs. Ann Walsh, welcome. And I came first, but didn't say anything. Didn't say hello. Ann Walsh, you should have said something. You could have got cookies. Anyway, that is all cool. So welcome to everyone on board. And of course, like I say, today is Sunday the 24th of July, and it is very warm here, warmer than what the weather guessers indicated. So that is all cool. Or warm, hang on, it's not cool if it's warm, is it? Anyway, welcome everyone, and I'll start by saying hi to Alba Girl and Ann Walsh, Tracy Bills, Kevin Haynes, of course, Henry Nelson, Linda Schoof, Aurelio Perez, Kevin Haynes. Hey, I said that twice already. Going up some more, Tracy Bills is here, and going up a little bit more, King Colin Deadman, And Karen is also here. Welcome back. We got Tracy Bills already. Sharon Stewart is here. Welcome, Sharon. And going up some more. Linda, we got Karen. I'm just looking for names that I haven't mentioned here. So, Hermione, welcome back. Glad to have you on board. Sharon P. also made it back in. Good to see you. And going up a little bit more, Sue Hayes is in the house. Welcome, Sue. John Raper also made it in. And we got Henry. We got Aurelio. Going up a little bit more here to see what other fine names I can find. And we're looking, scrolling and looking very quickly here, I guess. Yeah, okay, that one was deleted. Too many emojis. Okay, I won't even go there. Derek Shave is also here. Welcome, Derek. And going up a little bit more, Layla. Welcome back, Layla. Glad to have you on board. And still scrolling upward here, seeing who else snuck in that I have not yet mentioned. Judy L is here. Welcome, Judy. And who else popped in? Going up a little bit more here, looking for other wonderful names. And not seeing too many. Some chatty people, but that is exactly what the chat is about. So, did I say hi to Kate? Kate is here. Welcome, Kate. And going up a little bit more, we got Sue, we got Hermione, we got Henry, and who else? Just scrolling very quickly here. Tetra, welcome, Tetra. Glad to have you back on board. And I am up as far as I can go at the top. Don't see any other names. If I did not mention your name, please do excuse me, and we will try to make sure I'm here, Doc. Okay, Tetra, I see you there. And Rajesh, if I said it right, Kumar, welcome. And let's keep it in English. And remember, this is not a dating site, so keep that in mind. All right. Let's see who else has popped in here. Look at that view. Trevor Wonky Donkey is also here. And welcome, Trevor. And let's see, did I miss anybody else? I think I got most of you wonderful people. Anyway, so on the screen is good old Cumbre Vieja, a volcano from last year. And we do enjoy looking at some of the older footage, and it brings back some memories. And it was very interesting. And actually kind of watched a video there, an interview that was being done, and I missed out who the girl was that did the interview, but she was interviewing Valentine Troll, and Professor Troll, of course, being into the volcano stuff, especially La Palma and that area. He did kind of comment. I made a suggestion for an experiment about how quickly they can get these lava fields back into cultivation for growing things, and he thought it was kind of a nice idea. It would be interesting, so pretty cool. And yes, Alba Girl, it sure does bring back memories. I saw the interview as well. Very interesting, excellent, and yeah, it kind of makes a person wonder, how the recovery process would work, and I am quite interested in that. Welcome, Scott Hartman, and good to see you. Glad to have you on board. And Anyway, let's carry on with what we've got going on for today. And of course, Sakurajima is the one that people are talking about. And apparently they have a local evacuation order in place of some sort. Not sure what all is going on there yet. But we will see what happens once it gets a little lighter out there. Right now it is, what is it, 4 something in the morning, just after 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. We'll see when it gets a little bit lighter, and then we'll go from there. And it should be very, very interesting. Anyway, I'm going to use my magical powers here and stop the video from Cumbre Vieja from November 1st of last year. And we will resume that in a little while. Let's pop over to our wonderful Mount Etna in Sicily, and we will have a quick peek there and see what it looks like. And of course, it being nighttime there already, unfortunately, being 10:06 p.m. In Sicily, or as you see on the clock there, 22:06. We can't see a darn thing. Well, we can see the city or area around it with the lights lit up, but we don't see the volcano at all because it is hiding. We do see a little speck of a star up in the sky, but that is not much. Anyway, I do have a little bit of video footage from in the wee hours of the morning. I started recording at about 5:30 a.m. their time, and ran for I guess an hour or so, just to give you an idea of what it looked like. And of course, this is running at 32 times a normal speed. So when you see the clouds going by and the rate of smoke coming out of the volcano, it's a lot slower than that. Okay, just so you're aware of it. And also, if you're looking at this, one thing to note is we are not getting as much smoke coming out of the top uppermost vent. The one behind the mountain is still doing quite well, but the one out front is really, really slowed down quite a bit. So that is really quite fascinating, interesting, and makes a guy wonder, it's all right, what's happening there. And of course, this is in the wee hours of the morning, so you see the sunrise starting to get in here and do a pretty awesome thing. Aisha, welcome, and I'm glad to have you on board. If you're here to have a look at the volcanoes, excellent, and we'll be going around. Right now, this is Mount Etna in Sicily, and we will be going to Iceland shortly, having a look at what is going on there. So pretty cool stuff. But as far as everything else, we haven't heard of any major tremors or anything like that happening. Nothing to shake loose the lava, if you will. And I think it's pretty safe to say that Etna is going back into a quieter state, and hopefully it won't scare anyone or do anything too nasty. But we do like it when it does erupt, because it looks pretty darn awesome. Anyway, this video should just about be done. There it is, and that is what it was looking like early this morning in Sicily. So we'll turn that guy off, and this is what it is right now, and that's all cool. I'm trying to line myself up here. Let's see if we can head on over to Iceland and see what's shaking. Pun intended. Okay, we are going to see. Okay, Aisha, English only, please. And this is the only warning that you will get if you write in the other language again. The moderators will escort you out. Thank you. So keep it in English, and that is what this stream is required. All right, so on screen, of course, is Ragnar, and that is very straightforward. We see what's going on. We can see some heat pluming coming out in several different places, some smoke, and of course, this is pretty awesome. Hey, MT Coalforge is here. Welcome back, and let's see. Wow. Scott Hartman throws in a $10 super chat. Thank you, Scott. I'm going to write that down. Scott Hartman. Okay, and $10 super chat. Thank you very kindly, Scott. I do appreciate that. Yeah, and you know the thing about what's shaking in Iceland. Remember, I was talking about seeing that one earthquake on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, and I said something has to give somewhere, and well, we found it. Sleeping Volcano is also here, and Spooky too. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Spooky. Just give your note to Piggy. She'll authorize you in, and not a worry, and that's all good. Let's see, did I miss anyone else here? We got Sleeping Volcano, and we got MT. Grandma B is also here. Welcome, Grandma B. Glad to have you back on board. Anyway, so yeah, with Ragnar, it was doing its thing for the most part, and stayed in kind of the same state as what we see now. This was a little bit earlier. Wow, Grandma B, thank you kindly for that super chat as well. Grandma B, and thank you kindly for the $3 super chat. That is awesome. And really, I do appreciate the support, you guys. That is great stuff. Anyway, that was a little bit earlier, and it actually looked not bad, about the same as what we're seeing, but we are seeing a little bit more smoke kind of hanging there, and this thing being in its fumarole state, it is definitely, you know, showing exactly that. So that is pretty darn cool. Anyway, quick peek at the city of Reykjavik. And there you go. That is what it's looking like there right now. Not raining yet, but I'm sure it will. And that is pretty cool, pretty awesome. And I don't believe I have the... no, it didn't load up here. Hang on, let me see if we can load up and see what Not Haggy Valley looks like right now. So, yeah, that is pretty good there. Not Haggy Valley. And that is, of course, where our lava ended up flowing into from Ragnar, and that is what we're seeing there. It's pretty cool, and I slid that down a little bit. The berm is over here to stop the lava from going out towards the highway, and of course this is the flow from Geldingadarler up in the western side, I guess we'll call it, and then this is from Upper Meridalier, or Southern Meridalier, if you will. All three of these main streams in here. This one being the primary one. So looks pretty cool, and yeah, it did deposit quite a bit of lava right in this end, since that is kind of the first place where it landed. But let's go back to Ragnar. That is... and we'll put it back on live, since we do have a fairly decent picture right now, even though it is 8:14 p.m. there, and that is pretty awesome. Lots of smoke today, and I'm kind of going, is that kind of an indicator? So we'll see. But anyway, let's go over and see what we got on the harmonic tremor chart. And I did see Aurelio renewed his membership. Thank you very kindly, Aurelio. I'm just going to write that down, Aurelio. And then renewed membership. Thank you, Aurelio. I appreciate that wonderful support. So obviously, the first thing that we see on that chart is that big, huge spike, or a couple of them. And let's refresh that. I want to see if there's some more. And no, we're not seeing too much more. But we do see that did go up quite high. It looks like we had 2 or 3 in the same time era. But not sure how far away they are. Well, I actually am, but I'm not going to blow it yet. That is quite a distance away from this particular volcano. So, or from this sensor, I should say. Let's take a look, though. We know this is kind of going at a level pace here. Let's go have a quick peek down at the Grindavik one, and we will see. And by the way, if you notice, that spike is in just about everybody's shot here. So if you look, so I'm kind of letting the cat out of the bag. It was a big quake. Okay, but let's just look at Grindavik really, really quickly, and I'm trying to get myself lined up there. Again, here we see about the same. It looks pretty level as far as the way things are going, and not showing any major upticks or anything like that. So let's go have a look at what caused that big spike, or multiple spikes. And this is exactly where the wording of what's shaken came from. So I'm looking for my earthquake map, and oh yeah, I found it. It's the one with the big fat red star on it. Apparently we have a star. Or maybe 2 stars. Let's take a look. Sleeping volcano. What? Oh, okay. I see. Anyway, you see the big star. Obviously, that is where all the action is. And first, I'm going to actually zoom in down here and kind of just see what's going on. And I know all you guys hate that. I'm teasing you with going to these ones first. Seeing this 2.1 out here on the Rikens Ridge, 10 kilometers down, 7:04 a.m. for that guy. So that is interesting to note. And remember, I was saying yesterday that we should be seeing some kind of a reaction to that Mid-Atlantic Ridge quake. Well, we do have it, and that is what happened at Bardabunga. Anyway, this one, 7:50 a.m., 1.5 kilometers down on that guy. And I misplaced the other ones. There they are, 1.2 according to this chart, not too far away from the radio transmitter building. 1.2, 5.5 kilometers down, 10:50 a.m. Icelandic time today. And then we have another 1.3 over here, not too far away from our power plant. And we can take a look at that. That's actually from yesterday, still at 16:03, and that was 4.9 kilometers down for that 1.3. So we'll leave that guy alone for a minute. Slide over back a little bit more. Whoop, need to get closer, and we'll take a look at this 1.1 right here. 7.2 kilometers down, 15:42 yesterday. So we'll leave that. As you are at me. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to read things here. Anyway, don't see too much else on this particular map out here on the Rikens Peninsula. This is, of course, Reykjavik, and for those who don't know, that's Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Yardvik, Reykjanesbar. And then, of course, where we showed the Blue Lagoon power plant and Grindavik. So this one down by Grindavik, again, really not any problems because that's quite deep. So if we zoom out a little bit, and we'll keep looking for other earthquakes on the way. I don't see anything too much out here. This just popped up a few minutes ago, and this one is from 1740 yesterday, 4.9 kilometers down for that 2.6, and I think we may have gone over these yesterday. 1721 for that 1.0, 6.2 kilometers down. And I'm sure we've got the same thing with most of these other ones. 1826, 4.2 clicks down, 1.1. I'm not going to worry about that right now. We do see another 1.1 further up, and I don't know if that's from yesterday or today. No, that is today's. 39 minutes after midnight, and that is 1.05 kilometers down for that guy. And I don't see anything else up in the northern portions of that. Quick peek down here. I don't see anything at Katla or Hekla or anywhere in here, but let's go over and have a look. And we don't see anything at Grimsvatn at all, but Bardabunga area. This is where things are shaking. So we'll start out with these little guys down here. Yesterday's 2314 for that 1.1, which is 1.1 kilometers down. This 1.8 was also from yesterday, 2314, 2.4 kilometers down. And then we get to this 2.8. That happened at 7:52 a.m. It's 3.2 kilometers down, and so 7:52 on that guy. I'm just kind of looking at 7:23 on this one, 3.1 kilometers down as well, and that is a 4.4, and the other one, of course, is a 4.9. And that happened at 7:45 a.m. So the 4.4 was a precursor, and the 4.9 was the big one. And hopefully we'll see. And that one was only 2.6 kilometers down. So the other one was 3 point something, 3.1. So if this is an indicator that we've got something going on there, perhaps. If we see some more small tremors happening, we may see some kind of an eruption. But for right now, of course, still a little bit premature to make any indicators here saying that something is going to erupt. Pardon me. Looks like we're turning on the subscriber only mode, unfortunately, due to that spam. So subscriber only mode is now on for those people who are wanting to chat in the chat box. Please make sure that you're subscribed, because it will take 5 minutes before you can actually chat in there, just so you are aware of it. Okay, that is done with that. Let's zoom out a little bit, and I want to see what else we've got for quakes. And I'm not seeing a heck of a lot. We do have a little bit up here at the top, and then let's take a look at these real quick. I really do want to get to the other chart, because it has a bunch of other things on it that may have bearing on the subject. Anyway, 55 minutes after midnight for this 1.8, and it is 9.9 kilometers down. And let's take a look at the other guys here real quick. And we've got a bunch in this area, and let's have a look. 2.0 from yesterday at 14:41, 10.6 kilometers down, and it was a 2.2. Hello, two pineapples, glad to have you on board. And this 1.9 was also from yesterday, 14:35, 1.9 kilometers down, a 1.9 in magnitude, 10.9 kilometers down, now that I got it straight. and I'm wondering if these guys are all from yesterday. That guy is, and we definitely looked at these. So I'm going to leave those alone, and they can be out there. I'm more interested in seeing if we have anything else up top here or down below. And I'm not seeing anything on this chart. Also not seeing anything over here. And the reason I mention this area is you will see in a second. And there we go to the other chart. And this is very, very interesting. So we definitely see our 4.9 and the 4.37, which the other guys are calling a 4.4. But where did this come from? 4.5 out here in the middle of nowhere. When we click on it, it indicates that is 4.5 in magnitude, 5.1 kilometers down, and 1345. So I'm kind of wondering where the heck did that come from, and what's it doing there? It's not on the other charts. Really makes me wonder. We just got home, 8 hours working the caldera today. Going to take a break. Catch you all later. 2 pineapples. You take care and do your thing. And hey, welcome, Tonka Bean. I haven't seen you for a long time. Glad to have you on board. You're welcome, 2 pineapples. And it's a wonderful thing to help out and get everybody on the same board. And it works both ways. Thank you, Peggy, for the 4-minute warning. And anyway, we see that they are indicating other earthquakes, though, that were of more significant size here as well. 1.5, 4 kilometers down, 1326. We have this one, 1.3, 2.5 kilometers down, 1757. And then this 1.8, which is down here by Grimsvatn. And that is from today as well, 5:14 a.m., 2.4 kilometers down, and 1.8 in magnitude. And then we have a couple of other ones here. This 2.75, 3.1 kilometers down at 13:52 is the time on that guy. So, and then a little 0.7 at 13:45. And that is 2.6 kilometers down. So very interesting that depth, the 2.6, 2.7 kilometers down, and that is what this bigger one was as well. I'm wondering if something is going to open up underneath there, and that would be really interesting. While we're in the area, let's take a look at Astja real quick. And we do see some little quakes around it as well. 3 kilometers down for this 0.4. That was at 4:20 this morning. And then 4:24 a.m., 0.42, 3.8 roughly, 3.779, I guess, whatever. And let's see this 0.72, 4 kilometers down. From yesterday, 21:41 was the time on that. And then we have this little 0.00, 5.2 kilometers down from 1948. And that would be today. So very kind of neat to see. And we had a couple more helpers over here. I'm not going to worry about those so much. They're very small. But it is very interesting to see this one. And I don't know if they've just got an echo on a sensor or something like that, because this 4.4, 4.5, about the same size. And I'm wondering if they've got something bouncing in their sensors, because we certainly don't see that one on any of the other maps. The 4.9, though, has shown up on the USGS map, and that is pretty awesome and pretty cool. And thanks, Piggy, 4-minute warning, got it, and we are at that point. So I'm going to put it back onto our previous lava flow that we were watching from Cumbre Vieja. As soon as my screen switches, I will turn that music off because that was not supposed to be going. Why is that not turning off? Something's gone weird. The gremlins. There. Okay, the other music kicked in as well. Darn it. Yep, those gremlins are really getting me now. And I don't know, did anybody happen to see a gremlin? I don't know if the gremlins are here. No, I don't see a gremlin in here at all. So it makes a guy wonder. Anyway, good folks, I'm going to go take a 5-minute break, so please enjoy the lava flow coming from our wonderful old, I guess we call it canned lava from Cumbre Vieja from November 1st of last year. So, okay, that was the uptick in earthquakes. Yeah, there is a major uptick in earthquakes there, so Fluffy, I will get them. And old mummy of hamsters is here as well. Welcome. Anyway, you guys, I am going to go take a break for 5 minutes. So for all those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please give it a quick shot. And we really do appreciate if you like that video, and of course if you are enjoying the show, by all means make sure you give the subscribe button a quick pop as well, and make sure that goes to gray from red, and don't forget to hit the bell notification while you're there. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I will be back in 5 minutes or thereabouts. Don't go away. All right, I am back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm glad to have you on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and this is the VolcanoX live stream. Thanks for joining, and glad to have everybody here. And thank you for the welcome backs from Trevor and Sue and Grandma B and Kevin and old mummy of hamsters. I was saying, welcome back, Uncle Doc. And also Henry and Sue. Sharon Stewart says, I can hear you. And Sue, Sue is there. She said that already. And Berger is in the house. Welcome, Berger. Good night. Glad to have you on board. Let's see, did I miss anyone else? MT Coal Forge, we got welcome, and Echo the Bot is here. Welcome, Echo. Old mummy of hamsters, of course, and I think we got Tonka Bean earlier, so welcome everyone. Anyway, if I did not happen to say your name, don't panic. We don't do it intentionally. It happens that I don't see everyone in the chat all the time, and that just goes the way it is. All right, foot tapping. John, make sure you hit your live button and make sure you're live. Because we're not tapping anymore. Just letting you know. Anyway, that is pretty cool. So yeah, you're not gonna get a Coke. Anyway, okay. Let's see. I'm gonna get that a little bit further here. Again, we're seeing bacon seeds when we shouldn't. Anyway, I'm gonna use my magic powers here and stop this. Anyway, for right now, and we shall carry on with our other wonderful volcanoes around the world, and or potential volcanoes, and we'll see what we can come up with. So let's pop over here, and actually let me kind of fix that one up, if that'll work. There we go. Okay, and hey, I don't have to show the other picture today. You can actually see the top of Mount Montana over there on Pico Island, and Pico Island is sitting there, and way over on the other end here you have Fayal Island, but Pico Island stretches a long ways along here. It's fairly lengthy as well. We are on the island of São Jorge in the Azores, of course, and if you want to take a look at these feeds that they've got here, you can go to spotazores.com and have a look at yourself. Distance from Pico Island over to São Jorge is about 18 kilometers across here, so it gives you a little bit of an idea how far away that is to the other island. Not an easy swim, very big currents in between here, so I don't recommend doing it. I'm not a good swimmer, so I don't think I'd make it for sure. I'd make it to, if I left from here, I'd make it to about here before I went under. So I'm a land lover, you guys. I'm a land lover. And anyway, let's carry on. We do see this is the one of the harbors, and that is pretty awesome. Looking at this shot, not very clear right now. They need to clean those lenses. But this little cove is usually a pretty good indicator. If we see a lot of white water down here, it tells you how rough that ocean really is. And it's not overly bad. We do see a little bit of wave action, but nothing major. So relatively calm day for them there in the Azores. This is one of the other harbors, and you can see there are a lot of sailing vessels anchored here, which is pretty cool. We don't see our big ship that normally anchors there at night. I guess it hasn't come in yet, so not going to worry about it. We'll move on though, and take a look at what we've got for earthquakes out there. And let's see if we make it a little bit wider. There we go. There you can see a map of São Jorge, and there's Pico Island and Fayal, and that is kind of what we're looking at. Looking for the big number of earthquakes today. We have one, and that is a 1.7. It is from 6:17 a.m. Their time, very quiet. So that is all we're seeing on Sao George. Unfortunately, not a heck of a lot going on there. Let's go to the other map real quick. And again, you guys can get some of these maps if you like. This other one here is actually from volcanodiscovery.com, so you are more than welcome to go over there and type in volcanodiscovery.com/earthquakes/Azores, and that'll bring this up. I'm going to refresh this one though, because I see it didn't do its thing. And let's see, it looks like they are indicating 2 earthquakes rather than just the one. Maybe the other guys didn't update theirs yet. We'll take a look. And this is where it pays off always looking at multiple maps, different sources. This is a 1.7 from 21 hours ago. The other one is a 2.0 from 14 hours ago. So they should have been noted on the other chart as well, and I don't see it there. So not sure why, but if we zoom out, don't see anything else. Real quick to kind of let you know, that's Portugal over here. This is the Eurasian plate. This is the North American plate, and that line through here, this is kind of no man's land in here, and that is the divider here between the Eurasian and the African plate, which actually zips right into through Gibraltar and that area. And this is where we see a bunch of quakes usually right in here as well. And that is why it's the two plates are doing their dance, grinding against each other, not necessarily doing anything bad, but they are, well, they're creating some earthquakes. Anyway, back to what we were seeing. So both of those quakes there, we'll take a look at the list and see what they've got down there. And oh, it's because one of them was from yesterday. That's why we're seeing the other one on there, and that was the 1.7, and that was at 11:02 p.m. Their time. So 2300 is what we're looking at. The other one, of course, was just from today. So let's, oh darn, this thing just never works for me. Actually, out of every time I tried it, I've only had it work, what, 3 or 4 times. Anyway, there is what we're seeing, about 11 kilometers down. That was the last one from yesterday, and we're not seeing anything up at the surface. So just this little guy here, and that is it, you guys, for our earthquakes out at the Azores. And it is nice to see. They can sleep a little easier tonight. What is this? I don't want to buy anything. What the heck are they talking about? I don't want to buy it. I just want to look at it. Anyway, back to this wonderful map here, and then we will carry on, go to our next volcanoes. And of course, Mexico. Typically, we go to Popocatépetl, but there has been some kind of an issue with what is going on with them. And Webcam Mexico seem to have lost all of the feeds to Popocatépetl. There may be a local outage of some sort or something, and we are not seeing anything. So we'll leave Popocatépetl out for today, and we'll work on looking at other volcanoes. This particular one is El Volcán de Colima, and Fuego de Colima, if you want to call it by its other name. If we go back a little bit, we can see when it's not in the clouds, and that was about 5 hours, 20 minutes ago. I'm not sure if that is actually coming from the volcano or just clouds passing by. We'll go back a little bit more and see if there's any type of plumage coming out of there. And again, very difficult to tell. So if the wind is blowing it out, it's blowing it in the opposite direction. But I do believe there is a little bit of gas and smoke coming out of this wonderful Colima today. So going back a little bit further, yeah, you can definitely tell because it's right there. So pretty awesome, you guys. And nice to see that. Unfortunately, this afternoon it is in the clouds, and not a heck of a lot we can do about it. So, pop that kettle, went boom, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately it did. Moving over to the other Fuego, this, of course, mind you, this first one here, this is south of Guadalajara, Mexico. And that is right in Mexico. Whereas this one here, and let's get to it, it's actually in Guatemala, and a slightly different location. They did have a lot of clouds out and about, and I'm just trying to find a spot where it was throwing up a little bit of an eruption to see if we can kind of watch that. And we're not seeing a heck of a lot. Let's go back a little bit further. There was a variable cloud, and I know there was a few little spots where it did show up, and we were able to see some little bits of light. Like there, you can see the camera is shaking quite badly, and that tells you it's very, very windy there. And that was during some very cloudy conditions, and that will pop right away. At least I think it should. There we can see the glow getting a little bit bigger, and if we keep advancing it here, we should see it pop hopefully soon. And we know it's in the clouds, so it's hard to tell. Come on, you can do it. How far off are we? No, we should be pretty much right there. So let's see. Yeah, that was a kind of bad cloud in the way as well, and that should be just about right at the eruption point. There we go. Okay, a little bit of a light splatter there. Unfortunately, with the extra cloud in there, it doesn't really give us the full ambiance of how well it erupts, and a lot of that stuff is being buried. Danger, Kraken. Where's the Kraken? I don't want a Kraken. Oh no, the Kraken has turned up. The Kraken's back home. We have to be careful now, and that is always dangerous. Maybe the Kraken heard my voice and realized the stream is on and it needs to do its moderating duties. So, anyway, all fun, you guys. It's all fun and games till the Kraken takes out your eye. And let's see, getting to about this point. Whoa, let's back that up a little bit. Okay, we backed up a little, and that camera is really, really shaking, and I do apologize for that, but I'm not the one who controls that wind. It's those weather gods down there, and that is kind of what we've got. Anyway, we do like it though, and let's get to this next one here. This is getting a little bit closer to dawn, but again, hard to really tell what's going on. I unfortunately don't have stabilizer software on this computer, and let's let it pop. There we go. And that is what it did look like, and that is pretty awesome for 5:18 a.m. and that is in Guatemala, and definitely throwing out some lava, and we like it. So pretty cool, pretty awesome, you guys. And I wish it was more stable, and that's all we can do with it. So anyway, let's see if it'll show up in a golden light, or if the clouds took that part out. Yeah, I think the clouds took the morning gold out of our sails here, and put in clouds instead. And later on, we seen what this is like. Looks like a little bit more stable, but we are seeing a pretty interesting cloud just hanging straight across there. That is awesome. I moved on a little bit. That cloud did disappear, and there we go. Looks a little bit more sedate, but again, it was one of those things. We didn't see too many other eruptions in there, and quite a bit of, well, there you can see a little bit of smoke coming out. Not sure if it'll pop. One of the things I noticed, this has kind of straightened itself out, even though it's on an angle here. But the rough edges, before it had kind of some V grooves in it that you could very easily tell and see from a distance, and it seems to have fixed itself up a little bit, trying to compete with some of the other volcanoes, perhaps. Who knows? Mother Nature's kind of funny that way. Anyway, I'm going to put that back to live, and of course, that is Fuego in Guatemala, and we will go a little further south, and this is Tolica, and unfortunately, Tolica is very, very hazy right now, so I'm not seeing anything major coming off of it. If it is off-gassing, it is very hard to tell. Tolica, of course, is in Nicaragua, just south of Guatemala. And then we go to the other picture here. Momotombo is not showing. It was a nicer picture before, but I didn't bother. I thought, oh yeah, we'll get a good picture. And now it only gave us a part of one. 5-minute warning. Thank you, Piggy. Anyway, we do see here, this is the Messiah volcano. Definitely the caldera intact. You can see it, and it is off-gassing, but not as much as it was before. So that is pretty cool, pretty awesome. Let's move on and have a look at another wonderful volcano. This one, of course, is in Indonesia, and that is Merapi. And Merapi, well, I don't know. I went back and looked to see how much it was popping out there, and it really was not as active as it was before, and a lot less lava goodness coming out, unfortunately. And a matter of fact, I think this is one of the better ones, and I really don't think that was a lot of lava. So. Yeah, and that's what we've seen. We haven't seen that little bit of activity for a while, and I'm kind of surprised that it has calmed down. So that side of the planet is kind of given up the ghost, and we are seeing more lava being sent to Hawaii, and that is pretty awesome. While we're here on this page, let's pop over to New Zealand real quick. And there's kind of an eerie looking picture. And of course, that is Mount Ruapehu. And that is on the northern island of New Zealand. Ruapehu is a fair-sized volcano. And it was a yellow for a long time. It was reduced back down to a green. And unfortunately, it is in some kind of weird, yeah, I don't know if there's any skiers. I don't think, it's really early in the morning there, so for them to have skiers this early would be kind of interesting. But we do see those clouds kind of hugging the mountain here, which is really quite unique, because what that is ice fog. And that is just kind of sitting right on top of the snow cover on the volcano. It's a real really neat way of seeing it. Anyway, let's leave that guy be. Looking at my time, just about time to go on that break. Quick peek over here, and pardon me, we will take a look if I can get on the right screen. There we go. So Luola talk, we do see it is off-gassing, some gas coming out right there. We don't see any plumes of eruption or anything like that. Down below, Semeru, very, very little glow. It's really hard to see in that spot, but there is a little bit of glow there and doing its thing. When we pop over here, we are not seeing anything popping out of Krakatoa right now. And that makes you wonder what the heck is going on. We're going to go back in time, though, and try to find out. And down here on the bottom, Awu is not loving us. Awu has an empty crater, and that is not good. Anyway, let's back up. Let's go 2 hours first, and just to see. And again, we're not seeing anything pop out there. I just want to look at the time. I think this clock might be stuck because that's daylight out. It should be night. And I wonder when it got stuck. Going back. Never mind. I know when it got stuck at 14:02:47. Yeah, which is technically yesterday. It's the 25th there today. But yep, we're not seeing a darn thing come out of there. So our Krakatoa not going to be reporting today. So that's what we get. Anyway, it is pretty much a break time, and I will pop that back over here. Of course, we're going to get music kicking in. And why me? Anyway, that is all right, you guys. I will make sure we align the next music up so we can get it working. Hey, Adele, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, for those good people that are here, please do hit that like button if you are enjoying the show. By all means, I would be really grateful. And also, if you are new and you want to chat in the chat box, you do need to be subscribed. And please do hit that subscribe button. And of course, the bell notification while you're there. And really, that's only if you feel that we've earned that subscription. Lizoid, you're not too late. You're 1 hour late, but if you give your note to Piggy, I'm sure she'll write you a pass and allow you to watch the rest of the show. So not a problem, Lizoid. And anyway, for those good people here, I'm going to go take a break. When I come back from that break, we will have our bacon seeds for today. And keep smiling. Lizoid, glad you had that nap, though. And that's all good. Like I said, I just give Piggy your note, and she'll authorize it. And that's all good. So, okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes or thereabouts. Keep smiling, play nice, and no trying to catch the tephra balls as they're coming down. Those things hurt. They really do. So I'll be back. Keep smiling. go. I've got the microphone back on. Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and you are watching VolcanoX live stream. And what's on the screen, of course, is Cumbre Vieja volcano from November 1st of last year, and that is out on La Palma in the Canary Islands. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue Hayes and Karen and Kevin and Piggy says, "You're back, Dr. Fox." Of course I'm back. Sharon Stewart says, "I hear you, Dr. Fox." All right. So let's see. Who else popped in here? Lizoid got his note. All right, so he's good. And I don't think I'm missing anyone. If I did miss somebody that came in, I do apologize. I like to say hi to everyone, but I'm sure that if I miss your name once or twice, that you won't be too offended. There's a lot of people in here, so I love it. Anyhow, good to be here. Thanks, Colin, as well. And let's get over to our bacon seeds. I'm going to use my magic, stop that wonderful volcano from doing its thing. And we will pop over there and see what we've got. Okay, so this is the last one from yesterday, the tree hugger, the tree hugger Piggy. And we will move on and see what we have for today. This little guy looks like he's out for a trot and looking at things, doing fairly well. Pretty cool looking little piggy there, and he looks like he's an outdoorsy kind of guy. We like that. Snout bop pending. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It probably is a snout bop pending. Let's move on. What, stroll in the park? Yep, you got it. Definitely looks like it. A nice place too. Lots of trees and shade and grass, and pretty awesome. What? Singing off now. My Wi-Fi is rubbish. Okay, or signing off now. Okay, Dell, sorry that your Wi-Fi isn't working. Here's another one of these wonderful guys. This guy definitely is not looking like he's starving, and all one color, whitish, and that is pretty cool. And all he needs is a cowboy hat and a southern accent from the U.S., and he could go, "Hey, how you all doing?" And that would be pretty awesome. Anyway, next one is this little guy, and he's enjoying his little trot out in the countryside as well today, and pretty good looking, except for I think he needs to do his hair a little bit more scruffy. That'll be his nickname. All right, let's see. Karen says, "I have a southern accent." Oh, wonderful. And that is pretty cool. Let's keep going here. Now this, I have to admit, this is a dirty little pig. And yeah, it's a dirty little pig. Definitely. No excuses. It's a dirty little pig. There you go. He needs a bath. And needs food. Well, he doesn't look like he's starving too much. That belly looks pretty round, but he certainly is dirty. Dirty. And there we go. Here's that snuffler guy. He's back out there in the fields. I guess he's in the dandelions now. He's smelling something else, so I wonder what he's after. I don't know what he's after, but I wonder. And let's get on to the next one. And there we go. Oh boy. This is to make sure Mummy can see him. He wants to make sure Mummy can see him, and that is important. So hopefully he is right there. And that looks like just a little tiny wee one. And very nice to see newborns. And nice. Spotty little guy. And making sure mama can see him. Yeah. And okay, that is our second last one. So let's get to our last bacon seed for today. And that is these two guys. And they are out and about. I'm not sure exactly what's laying off on the right hand side there, but one of them is investigating. Oh, you know what? That might be a tent or something that they're about to set up, and they're dragging it in. So pretty good. But the one in the back there, the one that is kind of looking to the left side there, I think he needs to eat more. He's not fat enough. Needs a little bit more bacon, if you will. So that's it for our wonderful bacon seeds today, you guys. Yeah, Explorer piggies, and we like that. Very neat. Beautiful bacon seeds. Thanks, Piggy, and I love it. And we are going to carry on and head to our next volcano. And of course, we've got a little bit more light there now, which might help a bit, but no guarantees. No guarantees. As I said, this is Sakurajima, and in Japan. And we were going to take a look and see if it is still erupting. Unfortunately, with that smoke and haze and fog and whatever else that is, very, very difficult to be able to tell. We do have both ice cream boats are in, and that is important. Down the road here, down there, and then make sure you hang left over at the lights. Get down to the dock, and then you can get your ice cream. Speaking of ice cream, oh, I forgot to load that up. I need to get that loaded. We do have the menu. They changed their menu slightly, and I want to make sure that I have it here. Hang on, did I save it? I hope I did. Where did I save it to? Yeah, let's try that. At least I know where it is, and I get the menu up here for you guys. This, of course, is translated to English. This is the English version of that menu, so you guys should be able to figure that out fairly easily as soon as I can locate it. And where are we here? Image. There it is, and we'll get it posted up here. So this will make your decisions a little bit easier. Now this will work out a lot better if you have a large screen. You can probably read everything on there. If you have a smaller screen, I'm sorry, I even have trouble seeing it on my little studio screen here, but I do have, or was able to zoom in on it a bit. Let's see if I can actually do that. Push it down here and just make it somewhat bigger. No, that's not going to allow me to do that. It says it's bigger. Oh, hang on. I know what I need to do. I change the aspect ratio, and that'll help us. We can change it. Oh, that stretched it out a bit. It's going to be a fight, no matter what I do. But anyway, there's your menu. So if you guys want to pop down there, you certainly can. And there's what they've got on there. But they do still have the old lava ice cream and stuff like that if you want to get that. So that's where it is. Anyway, let's try to go back a little bit here in time and just see. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot to look at. Yeah, that is about an hour ago, roughly. And that is very, very hazy, very, very hard to tell what is going on. If we put that back to live, you can see there really isn't that much of a difference. Going back to this screen, it's kind of the same adventure here. Going back to when it just got to be daylight about an hour ago. And that is what we're seeing. So the likelihood of seeing something on the close-up camera, not a chance. And this is what it is. Unfortunately, we can't tell you whether it is erupting right now or not. We do know that there was an evacuation order listed for the people over on that area. And hopefully everyone took heed and got out of it. Then that way we'll be able to see what happens in the future. Hopefully this will clear up a little bit by tomorrow, and we'll be able to see something going on. And of course we're going to keep an eye on it and see what we've got. Moving on to our next ones, and holy Batman, there is a beautiful Mount Fuji. And yeah, Mount Fuji is in the clear today, so that is good news. Some pretty weird looking clouds up there as well. I don't know, that's kind of funky looking, eh? And let's move on though and see what else we got. Oh, and this is ASO. ASO is hiding in the clouds. I wonder if it was a little bit better earlier. If we back up 45 minutes ago, yeah, we can see the edge of the crater anyway, and you see a lot of steam coming out of there, as well as the clouds going by. So ASO is definitely there. It is still steaming, even though it is considered to be in a green state right now. So putting it back to its live point, and we'll carry on. So again, that is ASO. ASO is the spelling. ASO-san in Japan. And this one here, unfortunately, we're not seeing a heck of a lot till we go back a little bit further in time. And that is about 3.5 hours, 4 hours ago almost. And we do see the moon, but we don't see anything coming out of the crater here. Very, very little, if anything, off-gassing from it right at this moment. And going back a little bit further, this is about 6 hours ago. And again, we look there, we don't see anything. So that is midnight their time, or just 20 minutes after, but very close. And if we go back even further, that's about 8 hours ago. I would bring it to about 10 p.m. or thereabouts roughly. And again, we're not seeing anything. So very, very hard to see. And we know, though, that it is producing a fair amount of SO2. But that is our view. And unfortunately, some of the stuff, it just happens to be that we can't see it all the time, right? Hey, one of the ice cream boats is leaving. I hope you guys got your ice cream, and the other one's still there for right now. Hopefully you'll get your ice cream real quick before they take off. So ISO, I love lava. ISO, love lava. I love lava too. Just not... I don't want to grab it or touch it or anything like that till it cools off. Otherwise, it's not good. Anyway, let's carry on. Take a look at what else we've got. A beautiful morning there in the Philippines for Taal volcano. And Taal is got a little bit of off-gassing, not very much. And that is our early morning plumes, and we are you said ASO, I say ISO. ISO. The volcano is named ASO. ISO is I think it's a different place. Karen says dinner is ready, no bacon but close, ribs. Karen, email me some of that, would you? I like ribs, and that would be fantastic. Now you got me salivating here. I want ribs. I haven't had ribs for a while. That is all cool. Anyway, beautiful morning there in the Philippines, looking at what we've got. To all is actually looking really, really nice right now. But it's not erupting, and that takes all the fun out of it. And y'all, thank you, Piggy. Wipe, wipe, wipe. All right, I got the drool off my chin, and all good. Okay, next volcano. Let's see. Oh, that's Jellystone. That's not moving. Let me see if I can get onto Jellystone. There it is, moving now. It seems to go idle if I don't go on it very frequently, and drops out. We do see a lot of pedestrians, and must be the day for all of them being out and about. Not seeing too much steam action right now, but I did see earlier there things were still steaming quite. Yep, lots of Sasquatches, and these ones here in the back, they're all going in the back here. They're going back to the Sasquatch party. It's over there in the bush. So you guys can join them if you like. Bring a picnic table or two. I'm sure they'll let you. And that is kind of what we're seeing there right now. And we are getting very close to break time. Let's do a quick pop over to our wonderful Kilauea in Hawaii. Oh yeah, sure, why not? I knew that was coming. I should have guessed, right? I should have guessed. Anyway, that was from 1:42 a.m. Hawaii time is what it looked like. And what I want to point out here, here's our tow area, but here you see an overflow that came out of our lava pool, and it was flowing in there so much. I guess the tow couldn't take anymore, and the area here, and remember there's those cracks here, and that has kind of slumped off a little bit. So that area has now been given a little bit more fresh lava on top of it, and that is interesting. I don't know if that's going to weigh it down more and cause that crack to be bigger on the sides. Let's have a look at what it looks like right now. There we go. Unfortunately, our smoke is in the way, and by the way, 2 Pineapples was there earlier today, and they were watching it. Awesome show, and boy, here we can see that we did have overflow on this end as well, and very hard to make out where the overflow was on the other side here, but definitely it was overflowing. And of course the big thing is they had that lava breakout in various places. So this one again from 1:41 a.m. is what this shot is. There's your vent, your primary vent. There's the little hornito with the tube feeding in there. Here you can see that little bit of extra spillage. That is right there. Pretty awesome. But you'll also see this lava breakout in the back here all the way along. And this at 1:41 has already cooled off a bit. We know there was a lot more lava on this side as well. And just to take a look at what it looked like. So yesterday we had this shot. This one was from 9:28 a.m. Yesterday. And then what we had is that was already the second outbreak or lava push, if you will. And you can see it there. By the way, you can see where the overflow is right around the edges here. I just wanted to point that out a little bit. And there's what I was talking about. It had overflown a bit. But anyway, this was the first overflow, and then this was kind of the second one. And if we go to the thermal that was taken later, this is what we were seeing. Now you can see the that extra patch out here, but you notice we've got lava all the way to the edge here, and if we move that down a little bit, you can see a little bit better all the way to this edge, and I want to move it back up so you can see that. So a lot of fresh lava poured into Kilauea's crater, and definitely worthy of doing what it is. So I'm going to refresh this one, and then we're going to go for a break. And there you go. That's what the present one looks like now. That picture was from 11:28 a.m. Hawaii time. You can see the pool and the overflow of the tow primary vent, and the lava cooling off there and all the way around the edges. So pretty awesome, you guys. And let's get you back over, and we'll have some more lava flowing here, and we'll let that happen while I go take a quick break. I'm going to have a 5-minute break. So for those people who have not yet hit that like button, you guys help us out. We're at 85 likes. We want to see it go up and over 100 if we can. That would really be awesome. If you are enjoying the show, please hit that like button, and that really does help. Also, if you happen to be new and you're listening to the show and you do want to chat, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, and it'll take 5 minutes before you can get in and chat in the chat box. If you don't want to chat, that's fine too, but you can still subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification. That way you will always know when the live stream comes on. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. Keep smiling, play nice in the lava, and don't be catching any of those bits of tephra that are coming down. That stuff is not good for you. Really tastes horrible. Turns on air conditioning for Doctor. Why? Thank you. That would be really nice. I do appreciate that, Arizona Snowman. On that note, time to go. I'll be back in a few minutes. Keep smiling and be good. so I've got that microphone back on. Welcome everyone, and I stopped it right there. Let's get right into this. Hey, Philomena just popped in. Welcome, Philomena. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, for those good people that are here, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And of course, you're watching VolcanoX live stream. And we are in our last quarter, if you will, of the show. So earthquakes is what's next on the agenda. And since we kind of already had a look over at some of them, let's see if we can get onto our ones over in Hawaii, and we'll take a look at those right away. And no, we don't see anything that is red right now, so that of course is the first thing that I always look for on this map, to see big ones that are red. We do have some little ones here along the coast of California, San Andreas Fault, but those should be there. Otherwise I'd get a little worried, because if things lock up, it's not good. And thank you for the welcome backs from Sue Hayes. I also see, Susie also said welcome back. Thanks. And Mona Alfano, welcome, and glad that you did that. Okay, Colin Dedman and Alba also said welcome back. Thanks, you guys. I do appreciate it. In case I missed somebody there, thank you anyway. So all good. And let's zoom in. We don't see anything major anywhere, other than, hey, we see that over there. Look at that. They actually list both right there. That is pretty cool. 4.8, and the other one is a 4.4. So slightly different than the other guys, but we don't see that other one that they showed out here in this area. Kind of makes you wonder. Anyway, let's get over to Hawaii and see what we've got going on out there on the wonderful Hawaiian Islands. And of course, what we see out here, this is out in the Aluihi Seamound area, and we're not seeing a heck of a lot there. But that's all right. Let's go through some of these, and we'll get the ones out in the water first. Then we'll do everything here in the Pahala area, and then we'll go have a look at what's happening on top of Mauna Loa. Nothing over on Mauna Kea, so I'm not going to worry about that. And I wonder if two pineapples hit something over there. Anyway, I'm kidding. I wouldn't be driving that far. Anyway, zooming in, and there we go. 2.3 from 1345. That guy. This is 2.0 from 2108 from yesterday. This is from today, 10:32 a.m. and that is 2.1. Moving up into a little closer to Pahala, we see here 2.0, and that is 1657 yesterday. This guy here, yesterday's as well, at 2257 for that 1.7. And then we see this guy at 10:41 a.m. 1.8, and real close to Pahala, 1.9, 22 minutes after midnight. And of course, these times are all Hawaii times. 2.4, and that was from 14:16. So 2:16 in the afternoon Hawaii time. This guy here at 2.1, and that was yesterday's at 16:05. And this one here from today, 10:32 as well, 2.2. And let's carry on. 1.9 here, and that is 1:53 a.m. And going over a little bit more, we see a 2.3 from yesterday at 21:30. We get to this guy from today, 2:51 a.m., and that is a 2.0, a little bit bigger on 2.1 here from 5:47 a.m. And then we have this one 2.0 from 2:09 a.m. Then this guy here 2.4, slightly larger, 6:37 this morning. And this guy here 2.3 from 7:22. All of these are between about 28 or 29 kilometers down to about 35 kilometers down is what we're seeing. So that's kind of the gist of the depth there. That's the playground zone down on the bottom. Anyway, going up here on top of Mauna Loa, and right off the bat, let's take a look at this one. That is right in the caldera area, and that happened at 10:19, 1.8, and it's right at sea level, and that's what we're seeing depth-wise. This guy here, 2.3, happened yesterday at 2041. That was 100 meters above or below sea level, and that would be about 3 kilometers below the surface here. And looking at this 2.0, also from yesterday at 2046. And we're gonna not worry about those so much. Let's get over to Kilauea and take a look at what we've got over here. This guy 1.8 from today, 7:49 a.m. and that is nowhere near the road, so I don't think it would have been 2 pineapples. I'm kidding about 2 pineapples. They're good people. They drive well, and hopefully that is true. Anyway, we do see this other quake out here in the wild pig country, and that is a 2.5, happened at 8:19 a.m. That one is 24.4 kilometers down. Very interesting to see that. And yeah, 2 pineapples is somewhere in this area over here. So pretty awesome, pretty cool. We don't see anything else on Mauna Kea. We don't see anything on the other islands as well. That is recent and new. So let's zoom out of that a little bit and just pop off some of the bigger ones that we see. I do see this guy here, 4.0, and that is off the coast of Oregon. It's really not doing anything where it's sitting. It's not going to create any major tsunamis or anything like that, and that is okay for that guy. We do see this guy here, 3.1, and that is down here on the San Andreas Fault, and that is kind of interesting to see there. Zooming out, we do have a bigger one there. This is from today, 6:48 a.m. in Alaska. That's a 4.4, and that is a fair size. Looking out here, Vanuatu area, we do see a 5.0 from today at 13:30 their time, and moving along a little bit more, 4.4 Papua New Guinea, 131 kilometers down, happened at 12:11 their time. This one right there, right on top of another one, that is the area of Luolatuk, and that is 4.5 on the scale, and it's 10 kilometers down, 6:43 a.m. And then we see this guy, 5.4, a little bit bigger, and 46 minutes after midnight, 21.9 kilometers down. And that's all she wrote there. Moving up and taking a look at where the stuff kind of joins together. Taiwan, 4.9, right at the end of 2 fault lines here. So 29.5 kilometers down for that one. Don't see anything in Japan or the Kamchatka Peninsula, which is probably really, really good. And not seeing any new quakes here in the Middle East area. Nothing around Greece or anywhere there. We do have this guy, Croatia, 10.6 kilometers down. 4.0 happened at 4:33 a.m. And the only other one that is of real interest to me, of course, is our stuff that we see out here in Iceland, and that is from 7:45 a.m. Icelandic time. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. Let's have a quick peek, since we have not looked over at the Canary Islands. We'll have a quick look there. I'm going to refresh it just so we have everything up to date. And there we go. We are seeing some extra quakes out in the water here in between Gran Canaria and Tenerife. And there we go. We've got a what is it, a 2.8, 9 kilometers down from a couple of days ago. Then we have this guy here from yesterday, 2.6, 15 kilometers down. There's these other ones that we don't want to miss. Yesterday's as well, 2.4, and that was 8 kilometers down. And another one out here, which is 2.8, 18 kilometers down, so a little bit deeper. And then we have this 0.9 is the latest one. Doesn't show a depth, so it's probably a surface quake, but nothing major going on there. Zooming into what we see on La Palma itself, and of course the one for today, since we haven't had any earthquakes for a couple of days. This is a 1.0, 1 kilometer down, and that is from 26 minutes after midnight. And I'm pretty sure Yvonne was still online at that point in time. I'm wondering if she had something to do with that one. I'm kidding. She wouldn't. Anyway, let's take a look at our other map. I'm going to refresh this one as well so we get up to date. And get rid of these ads. They have lots of ads in these, which is all right. Okay, so they are indicating that it's saying 51 minutes ago. No, that is wrong. That happened a lot longer ago, unless we're zooming in and there's more than one showing there. Okay, no, it wasn't 51 minutes ago, you guys. Something wrong with their refresh rate there. But anyway, so we are seeing the earthquake in Iceland, but nothing major. South Sandwich Islands down here have a 5.0 according to this 29 minutes ago, and that is pretty awesome. We do see this 4.0 off the Oregon coast. We just pointed that one out. We also pointed this out, but it was downgraded according to the other guys down here at the end of the San Andreas Fault. Pretty normal through the southern South America here, Ring of Fire area, still pretty normal in that sense. We are seeing a few little quakes here north of New Zealand on the Kermadec Ridge, and we see this 4.0. We got a 4.7 there from 1501, and then we have another 4.7, and that is right there. Also, same area. Nothing out here at Tonga, so we can keep going. We do have a 5.0 in Vanuatu, and that is pretty cool. We did see this one on the other one, 4.4. This 5.4 right near Ibu and Dukono. So that's what we're seeing there. Here's our little 4.5 right beside Luolatak. So that is kind of accounted for. And of course, there's Semeru, Marapi, and Krakatoa out here. We see a couple more 4.7 and a 4.6 out here, and really I'm not doing too much. More subduction going on in this area, 4.3 and 4.1 showing right there. This one is Bulasan, so not sure if that's going to cause any problems. That's actually a whole island away, if you will. So I don't think it's going to do much. And this, of course, a Taal volcano here in the Philippines. And there's the one that's sitting right in Taiwan, 4.9. And as we go up, they're showing a 4.4 here in Japan, which we didn't see on the other one. Everything else is pretty normal. Yeah, Chikorachki and Ibiko still doing their things, and Karimsky. And I'm surprised they haven't put it back to a red yet, but maybe they won't. And Bezimiani and Shivalash still the way they were before. Zipping down, we don't see anything down here at Herd Island. Going up, Mayat still doing its thing. Old Dinyo and our friend here in the DR Congo is still there. Ertael, of course, right there. And this is our Etna, Volcano, and Stromboli. And they are still doing their stuff. And Campi is not doing a darn thing. And of course, everybody always wonders about Mount Vesuvius right there. And you are more than welcome to have a look at a map. It's not doing anything right now. So that is kind of what we see. Here's that other quake up in Albania, no, Croatia, sorry, my bad. And that's all we've got there. And of course, they're showing that one. That bugs me 51 minutes ago. It happened this morning, you guys. 51 minutes on whose clock? Let's refresh that and see if it changes. I'm curious. And because if it doesn't, then they've got something going on. Yep, they got something going on. Their site is not up to date. Anyway, I'll leave that be, and we will move over to our weather maps and see if we can figure out the weather. I'm going to refresh it before we even get there, so that should help out a little bit. And click on this guy. There we go. So on North America, our SO2 looks pretty normal. Central portions, most of that stuff blowing out into the ocean. Looks like that storm may have gone up a little bit further north here, or is now sitting out here. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at the other map. But that is still pluming out into the Pacific for the most part. And here, of course, from the people pollution going into the Gulf area. And here's our kind of a turnaround point, watching everything at that point go the opposite direction across the continent of South America, and eventually ending up in the Atlantic Ocean. Very little coming off of our wonderful White Isle volcano there, so not too bad. And then Tofua right there in Tonga, it's doing its thing. Not so much coming off of Yasur, but his two buddies up here are doing a fantastic job. Not bad down in the bottom end of Australia. A little bit more SO2 around from the coal coking plants that are north of Sydney there, and that's kind of what we're seeing. And pretty normal stuff for Papua New Guinea, and Luolatak right there creating that wonderful stuff. And then we've got Merapi making a plume, as well as Merapi is there, Semeru and Merapi. And then the increased stuff from Krakatoa in this area here. And of course, looking here, That is Ibu and Decono making that funny looking plume, and then Bulusan making most of that. And then, of course, this is a combination of Manila and, of course, our wonderful Taal volcano. And going up a little bit more, we do see some pollution stuff in China. I'm not going to worry about that. Down here, though, this will be from Suwanosi-jima, and then, of course, a fairly large amount of eruptive material coming out of Sakurajima. I just had a mental block there. Sakurajima is the guy. And looking up the coast here, Kamchatka Peninsula, we do see up in the top Shivalish and Bezimiani throwing out some stuff, and Karimsky down on the bottom here being bad, throwing out lots of stuff. Normal here in India, pretty normal down in South Africa as well. Same thing with the DR Congo, which is both coking plants as well as volcano. Very difficult to see, but Erta would be right in here, and that may be making that little plume. We don't know yet. Going over here to Italy and Sicily, and of course this big red splotch is of what is coming out of Etna. So Mount Etna, throwing out a bunch there. Not seeing very much coming from Stromboli or Volcano in this particular scene, and that is pretty good. Zipping over here into Iceland, and I do think they have the aluminum smelter up and running. That's why we're seeing more there today. Popping over to the other map, we'll take a quick boo at temperatures and see what we can find. And whoa, a little too close there. Okay, North America, Canada still got a lot of heat going way up north here. I'm really not liking that, but hey, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about Mother Nature throwing some heat up there. We do see that the prairie or flatlands are a little bit better off than the mountainous regions, and we also see southern British Columbia, southern Alberta, and a good portion of Saskatchewan are fairly warm. A little cooler in Manitoba than Ontario. Northern portions a little cooler, but once you get down into Toronto and those areas down on the bottom here, the temperatures go up a little bit. Looking out here, oh my God, it is no wonder Sue was complaining. It's cooking. It's cooking out in Nova Scotia, PEI, and even out here in Newfoundland. So a lot of heat there, and a lot of heat all the way along the east coast of the United States. They're getting some very warm temperatures. Central southern portions here, Texas, Kansas, and those areas, very hot again, and that is absolutely incredible. Looking at New Mexico, doesn't look quite as hot here in Arizona today, but still California's got some heat waves going on as well, and that is pretty wild. So seeing western portions of the U.S., actually pretty much all of the U.S. is really warm right now, so that is kind of neat to see, and hope nobody is cooking too much. Moving down into Mexico, a little bit of heat there as well, and again you can see the higher elevations telling you that the heat is down on the ground, and over here Cancun and that area, you've got Belize and Guatemala and whatever else you're going down. Quite warm. Caribbean, very warm. Looking at South America, again, most of the rainforest here showing 29, 30, 31, 32, depending on where you are. Quite hot, and that is going all the way down here into Bolivia and Argentina as well. So pretty cool. And there's our cutoff right now. It's way south of Buenos Aires, which is kind of good. So Chile, a portion of Chile, and of course Argentina. Zipping over, we see all kinds of different systems, highs and lows all over the place. A couple of highs sitting to the eastern side of New Zealand, and that low up here twirling around, drawing all that warm air downward. If this high was over a little bit more, it would be a lot warmer in that area of New Zealand, but southern island looking like winter, you guys. Minus temperatures in some places, and I'm not going to worry about that though. I'm not there. I hope you stay warm if you're from New Zealand. Looking at Tasmania, not the greatest today. Variable areas, 10, 11, 12, depending on where you are, and then 3 or 4 in some of the cooler places. Melbourne, of course, is right there at 9, 10 degrees. And poor Leo, hopefully he's keeping warm. Sliding over to Perth real quick just to see 10 degrees in Perth as well. Adelaide is a little bit more warm with 12. Sydney showing 10, 11 as well. Brisbane should be a little bit warmer, 10 or 11, 12. And then you get out on the water a little bit, you're looking at 18, 19 degrees. Not bad. Very cold up in the northern portions of Australia as well today. So not so good. And zooming out just a tad, we see our Indonesian, Malaysian, and Philippine areas are quite warm and nice. Of course, it's still warming up there. It is early morning. Well, it's morning. And Sue brought up Bangkok weather. Thank you, Sue. 26 degrees. And it must be raining because it's a 94% relative humidity. Sliding up the coast a little bit. Pretty hot out for the most part. Looks like 23, 24 in South Korea. And then looking at Japan, probably about the same. Some places a little bit higher, 25, 26, 28, even out on the coast. Kamchatka Peninsula has cooled down a bunch, which is nice, but we do see some of that warmer temp went up here in the northern portions of Russia. Siberia is thawing out, so that's what we're seeing there. And heading in, wow, you see the desert area, and then right next to that, it's in the Himalayas. It's 1 or 2 or minus temperatures depending on where you are, but right there, 28, 29, some spots. Looks pretty awesome. And moving over, Saudi Arabia still holding quite hot, same as UAE and Oman and what is it, Yemen down here, and of course the other countries, Iran, Iraq, still holding a lot of heat, and of course this is our Sahara Desert. It's doing its thing, very, very hot yet, and we see the cutoff here. Really not too bad up to about where Johannesburg is. That's when you really start to cool off, but that's okay. Zooming in a little bit into the Mediterranean, looking at Greece, and Piggy will be suffering from a temperature of about 28, 29, 30 degrees Celsius right now. So Piggy's got pretty warm temperatures, and I think it's 1 degree in the morning, or sorry, 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning, which is really warm for that time of day. I see that, Susie. Thank you, and that's awesome that we got to that 100. And looking at what we've got here in Sicily, beautiful weather for in the evening as well, and hopefully they'll cool down a bit. Looking at what we've got in Italy, southern end here, that the Sol, if you will, the Sol is looking very, very hot at 28, 29 degrees, and moving up a little bit, we see up top here, this is also interesting. The air banging up against the Alps, I guess, is really heated up, and that's what we're seeing there. This is some of the stuff that is coming up from the Sahara. I actually, I don't want to blame it all on the Sahara though, because you take a look at where that wind is coming from, and that wind is of course coming from the Gulf Stream. So in addition to the Sahara heating it up, we have the North American Gulf Stream coming over and adding warm air to the situation. Same thing goes for France, and even parts of England has got some of that wonderful warm air. We do see here 15, 16 degrees out in Ireland. So Irish monk is probably trying to keep his goats cool right now. Anyway, that is what we're seeing. Holland right now, 21, 22 degrees. Same thing goes for Belgium and Luxembourg, 22. And we're seeing Germany is quite warm as well, anywhere from 17 to about 21 degrees for evening temperatures or night temperatures. Denmark a little bit cooler, but still very nice. Sweden, we are not looking bad at all there, and 15 degrees, 16 degrees, 17 in some spots. Same thing with Oslo, holding in at really warm, comfortable temperatures. Looking up in the northern areas, gets a little cooler, but that is to be expected. Looking at, and again, the Gulf Stream pumping up a lot of that warmer air. Hence, we've got some good temperatures in Iceland, and those are pretty much seasonal for August or end of July, and that is kind of what we're seeing, and that is pretty normal. So, not going to worry about that. And I don't think there's anything that really is a major concern there. Quick look at precipitation. We see our equatorial storm is not as solid as it used to be. Let's look at the North American weather right off the bat. We see this out here on the Aleutian Islands, Alaska getting hit with some bad stuff, and then of course kind of a double whammy, that little handle down here getting nailed too, as well as British Columbia has got some storms going a little bit further east here. We see a little bit in Alberta, but most of it in northern Saskatchewan, and that's right around Uranium City, and that is by the way, if you want to ever buy any good reasonable property for about $10 Canadian, we can get you a nice house in Uranium City. It'll be a little bit of a fixer-upper, but for the most part, they are pretty solid. But $10, and the only thing is you have to live there for 2 years at minimum. So that's pretty cool. So then you can have it. I know, isn't it crazy? So you want a house, you can buy one for, you can buy say a $1 million house for about $100 if you want. Pretty cool. Anyway, looking at Ontario, some thunderstorms. Quebec has got most of the storms. Southern portion of Ontario here getting nailed as well. So that's okay. And that will probably start sliding up, and then all that heat that they've got coming up here, I don't know if that'll cause this to keep going north. Looking at what we've got for storms in our states, down here in Florida, Panhandle, also looking at Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, holding most of that, and Louisiana and Mississippi, all the way, I guess, from east of Houston is basically the best way to describe that. Colorado, boy, I've never seen, I've never really watched how many storms there were in Colorado, but I really wouldn't want to live there. I've seen too many. Arizona, not bad. We do see the southern portions here. I'm surprised we have that many storms happening there right now. It is getting close to monsoon season for them, so looking at the west coast, though, we see most of that is clear, and they should be enjoying their wonderful day. All right, slipping down into Mexico, variable storms everywhere, and I'm wondering where'd our big storm go that we had here before? It just, it's dissipated, hasn't it, for the most part. That big hurricane that they thought was going to go fly over to Hawaii, and I think it died out. It really did, and it's probably because of all that downward push, and it just didn't want to go anywhere, so it gave up the ghost. Getting back to our precipitation, though, South America, we see the northern portions, a lot of that is rainforest area, and still doing its thing. I'm surprised we're not seeing any rain out in Brazil, though, as far as most of that is concerned. A little bit disheartening. Mind you, for a day or two it doesn't matter, but usually we see lots of rain showers there. Kind of the cutoff point right there, and that is where that low is kicking in, and we've got snow down here in Argentina, and sliding over a little bit more. We see multiple systems, and here's that low still sitting in between Australia and New Zealand, a little closer to New Zealand though, and creating a lot of storm traffic going around, and probably bad weather there right now. And this right here, if that moves a little more east, it's going to end up getting Melbourne and Tasmania as well. Rest of Australia doesn't look too bad precipitation wise. Looking at what we see here in our Malaysian, Indonesian, and Philippine areas, normal storms. This is kind of day in, day out for these people. And looking at what we've got around Japan, that other one that was here really weakened, and I think it might have moved north. So they're doing a little bit better than they were before. It was sitting in the Sea of Japan, and then it kind of moved out. Actually, kind of followed this track, and that is pretty cool. Looking at what we see in the Indian Ocean, things are moving very quickly there, and lots of storms in India, Africa, central area doing pretty good. Zooming into Europe here, I don't see anything coming down into Greece. We do have this stuff up here. Maybe some of those will throw a cloud or two down and let Piggy have some rain. That would be really nice. And of course, same thing goes for Italy. For the most part, we don't see any rain there. And a couple tiny little spots here in Spain, one little or two little places in France, and that's kind of what we're seeing. Nothing in Germany, nothing in Belgium, nothing in Holland. We do see this system though running over England, so hopefully they will get some rain, help out with the temperatures and the fires. and we do see that low sitting up here at the top end of Scotland. We do see the western side of Ireland would be very windy right now. Eastern side, a little bit of rain in there. Sliding up a little bit more, we see north of Germany. Germany's pretty dry. Going up north, Denmark, a little bit of rain, and variable clouds here in Sweden all the way through. And we've got that nasty low sitting right there, causing some problems in Norway. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Have a quick look at Iceland, and interior is getting a few showers here and there, some snow up in the higher elevations, and that is about it. Nothing major. Be fairly dry over if you wanted to go wandering around the old volcanoes there. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. And looking at the map in general, lots of snow down in the southern hemisphere. So that is what we're seeing there. Greenland's got a little bit of snow, and up in the Arctic area as well with some ice rain. Not too bad. Actually, I was going to look at this area here. We've got this low here, and that is pretty interesting. I wonder if that's going to cool some of that area down. Anyway, let's take a look for our cold temperature of the day, and we will zoom in a little bit and see if we can find something really cold there. I see minus 70 already, and we will, oh, I see a minus 72, and do we have anything colder? Minus 73 I seen. So that is pretty nasty. Sue says minus 76, and oh, I seen a minus 75 right there somewhere. If we zoom in a little bit, I bet you I can find it. It's minus 74, 75, and it's got to be there somewhere. So, oh, I see it, minus 76, right there. So that is that's our cool temperature for today. And make sure you bundle up your penguins, you guys. And that is very cold. And you really don't want to have your penguins freezing. So make sure you do that. Minus 76 degrees Celsius. And that is horribly cold. All right, that is it for today. And we do really enjoy having everyone here and doing their thing. Yep, minus 76 is it's the winning temperature, and between Sue and myself, so pretty awesome, and pretty cold. I wouldn't want to be there. Anyway, you guys, we do enjoy this wonderful stuff, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream today, and everything is good, and hopefully you will all be in a nice place where you're not freezing to death, and also not cooking to death, and that is pretty awesome. Anyway, big thank you to, of course, our super chatters, Scott Hartman for $10 and Grandma B for $3. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Also, Aurelio renewed his membership for a 6-month thing. So thank you, Aurelio, and thank you to all the members in here. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate each and every one of you helping out and supporting the stream. But that goes for everybody in here. It's not just the people who are actual members. Everyone that is in here, and I do have to make a comment here about, certain people are really helping out with providing some of the information, and Sue Hayes is one of the ones that has really put a lot of effort into finding some neat stuff for me, and thank you, Sue. I do appreciate what you do, and that is awesome, even though some of the times we can't use it. I did want to drop that link that you had sent earlier. Where was that? Right there. And I cannot show it because it's somebody else that has it, but this is kind of a neat thing. If you guys want to have a look at that video, I did post it here, and thank you, Sue, for sending that one in. And I am going to leave it there for today, you guys. So thank you all for being in here. Thank you for being a part of our wonderful lava family. And there's that darn music. I know I shut it off. Yeah, there we go. All right. So all you good people, be good and take care of yourselves. Be kind, and make sure that you okay, I'm being distracted. It's all right. Thank you to the moderators, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, C&D Boy. Lucas is busy today, so he's not here, but also the other ones that may be in the background, like Joseph Fields Official and Gary as well, and possibly some others. So thank you guys, and do appreciate you guys being here, and that is all cool. On that note, like I said, be kind, be good, be cool, and please, most of all, make sure that you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Tomorrow is Monday, so we are back to our regular weekday times, and we will see everyone then. So take care, and oink oink.